We now can get the Galarian birds on the daily free adventure incense for 15 minutes. And if you're lucky, you can encounter one of these and have a chance to catch them. But what if I told you this is more of a gimmick than it is anything else? Let's get into today's video. What's up, guys? How you doing? It's yours truly, Fitz. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Yes, you've probably already seen that we have two kind of new features. One is a new feature, and the second one is a benefit to the new feature, is the daily incense. 15 minutes, as long as you're moving, you will get a spawn roughly every 30 seconds. And you can encounter one of the legendary Galarian birds, but their catch rate is abysmally low. If you remember GoFest, the worldwide GoFest, you could catch Suicune, Raikou, and Entei, but it was extremely hard to do so. I found several and only caught one. So why is this more of kind of like a sham than anything else? Because guys, let's be honest, these are going to come out in raids. Raids is how Niantic makes the most amount of money possible in Pokemon Go, period. So this is how they make money. So this is not going to be permanent. And it's kind of interesting, if they don't buff the catch rates of these, it's almost pointless, because I can see Niantic, which it would be a smooth move to do so, rotating out the legendaries that you can catch in the wild off these incenses, maybe every month, every 2 months, every 3 months, rotating them out, giving you a chance to encounter Rayquaza, Groudon, Kyogre, the legendary dogs or beasts, the Lake Trio, you name it, they can cycle it out. But if you have a 0.3% chance of catching it and almost a 100% flee rate after the first ball, what's the point? It's kind of like conning us into continuously opening the game and playing it, I guess. They need to buff the rates. They need to actually be catchable, and not just a one throw, one hit wonder. You might catch one every 100 encounters, maybe every one in every 50. Guys, that's 50 days. That's 100 days. And you're catching one of these, and the chances of good IVs are in the toilet. So I'm actually really curious what your guys' honest opinion of Niantic doing this. Is the daily incense thing worth it? I think so. It's a good thing to have. This is what I caught on mine just the other day. 2 days ago. Machamp, I thought that was absolutely awesome. Clefable, I thought that was cool too. Bagon was a nice, just, candy farm surprise, and so was Chimecho. Nice Stardust surprise. So you can get some really good random spawns. Absolutely random. And that's great, because really at any given moment in time, the game usually has an event, and that event has featured Pokemon. But as you guys can see now, without an event, if you actually go out and hunt a little bit, just a little bit, you don't have to grind. If you go out and just look, you'll find some things that you haven't found forever, because there's always an event going around, and there's always event spawns, taking away these random spawns. Because if you were to go out and look, you could find a Machamp in the wild. You could certainly find a Clefable in the wild, a Chimecho, a Bagon. You can find random things, and this incense shines because of that. Now, one thing we do know, and it's a huge drawback, and it's just about what I talked about, if there's some kind of event or something going on, you can pull those event Pokemon in. Now, Chimecho, Graveler, Octillery, these ones are obviously just random spawns, but the majority was Metatite during the Metatite hour. So what does this mean? What does this confirm? This confirms that it can indeed pull event spawns onto the incense. Now that means one of two things. One, that's fantastic. If there's a ton of new shinies during an event that you need, this is a free way to encounter a bunch of Pokemon in a small amount of time to maybe try to get that shiny. Cool, and it's free, right? Or two, it's pulling Pokemon that you don't care about, that you don't want to farm, that you do not need, when instead you'd rather have it farm random stuff like Chimecho, like Graveler, like Octillery, or how about Machamp, or Clefable, or Bagon. But it won't, because again, it's going to be pulling the majority event spawns. So I think that is a drawback to this, because the random spawns I thought was a clear-cut good thing for this feature. But now that we know that it's not the case, if there's an event going on, it will pull those event spawns. Now, one last thing I wanted to cover was the Galarian birds. So we already know that Zapdos is pretty much going to be the best one. I hope the moves are in. They are, sweet. So Zapdos is going to be the best one for Master League. It's going to actually break the meta a little bit because of its fighting flying type. We've already gone over the stats on a short video. So let's look at the moves. Counter, Close Combat, Brave Bird, Ancient Power. Now here's the kicker. If we go to the TD or the DPS TDO compare, let's go ahead and put Zapdos. Galarian, of course. We're going to put Counter. And we're going to put Close Combat. Now this is strictly for raids to see where it stacks up. Now we're going to put Machamp. Because we need to see how good these Pokemon are. Machamp already outshines it. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, how can that be? It's because you can get more dynamic punches off than you can Close Combat, so it does more DPS over time. Even though this Galarian Zapdos has, like, what, 20 more attack than Machamp, roughly? Now, even if you do Conkeldurr, it's the same thing. Now, this isn't 100% true here. As you can see, the TDO and the total is different, but the DPS is different. Conkeldurr should do higher DPS than Machamp. I think there's a glitch in the system here, but you guys definitely know that Conkeldurr is better than Machamp because it has a higher attack stat. And then even Lucario, I think a lot of people sleep on Lucario because it has Aura Sphere. It's better than all of them. So, is Galarian Zapdos a good Pokemon for raids? It can be. It can be, because remember, it has that flying type. Typing can mean everything when doing the best amount of damage and dealing the most damage as far as a raid goes. So will Galarian Zapdos be a good part of a raid team? I think so. I think it's worth it, but it depends on the raid boss. So, okay, that's fine. Let's look at Moltres, right? So, Galarian Moltres. We know the stats already, and we know the moves. The moves, Sucker Punch, Wing Attack, Brave Birds, Payback, and Ancient Power. And I'm not even going to do a comparison. That attack stat is 202. It is not going to be a good Pokemon for raids, and it's not going to be a good Pokemon for PvP. It's too, like, Ancient Power, and Payback, and Brave Bird, it's not going to do well in Master League, and that's where it would shine. Payback, okay, you got coverage for Metagross, okay, I get it, but Sucker Punch is not a high energy farming move. Wing Attack is. So Wing Attack wouldn't cover Metagross very well. Payback would be okay, but Payback also covers Mewtwo, it also covers Giratina, but that's kind of where it ends. I mean, Ancient Power sure covers Ho-Oh and Lugia, but to what extent? Because you're not dealing that much damage to begin with. It's just not a very good Pokemon overall. Sadly, this is going to be a Galarian Pokedex filler. We don't even need to compare. And let's be honest, Dark types that are better than Moltres, I will fire them off right now. Darkrai, Hydreigon, especially with its new move. Weavile, Tyranitar. I don't have to go any further. Flying types, simple. Regular Moltres destroys this one. And lastly, let's look at Articuno. This is where things get interesting. Because the attack stat's 250. It's really good. Psycho Cut Confusion, fantastic. Future Sight. Okay, we need to do a TDO compare. So if we do Articuno, and we do, let's just do Psycho Cut. We'll do both, but let's do Psycho Cut and Future Sight. And I was scared that I was going to get Future Sight instead of Psychic, because it can learn Psychic, and I'm pretty sad that it got Future Sight. So it looks like Confusion is the best. Let's just throw Mewtwo in there. You guys probably already know. We're going to do Confusion and Psystrike. It's obviously going to be way up there. Now let's do Alakazam. And that is also Confusion and Psychic. Okay. Let's do Latios. That's Zen Headbutt and Psychic. Even Latios is better than Galarian Articuno. Interesting. And let's just look at, so we know that Galarian Articuno 1441. Let's just look at some more psychic types from attack standpoint, and we'll know if they're better or worse. Azelf, it has Confusion, I believe, and Future Sight. Yep, so it's already going to be better. Just based off attack stat alone. It's already going to be better. Let's look at some more. Latios, we already confirmed that it's better. That makes more sense because of a higher attack stat. Espeon's better. Metagross, even with Zen Headbutt. So you can see that Articuno, is it going to be worth getting? Probably, because like I always say, a Pokemon's always one move away from being extremely relevant, but it's just not going to be the best by any means, and it's outclassed by a lot of pretty normal, easy to access Pokemon. Mewtwo's been in raids forever, we know that. Latios has just recently made a return. Espeon is extremely available through EV evolutions. Metagross is extremely available. It has been for a while. Hell, even Tapu Lele is actually a better Pokemon as well with Confusion and Future Sight. And this is a really good Pokemon, actually. I think people undervalue Tapu Lele a lot. So, honestly, the only one that's really worth doing once the raids come out is Galarian Zapdos. So, there we have it. Let me know what you guys think about the Galarian Birds. Let me know what you think about the Incense. Like, your honest opinion when you sit down and really think about it. Smash that like button. Comment in the comment section down below. You know I always want to hear what you guys have to say. And subscribe if you haven't done so already. Be a part of the Fitz City fam. That's it, the boy Fitz City. I'm signing off. I'll see you guys in the next Pokemon Go video.